Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to cut through the noise and get you genuinely well-informed on the tech that's, well, really shaping our digital lives. And today, we are tackling something that's, let's be honest, the most frustrating part of being online. Passwords.
Oh, passwords. Definitely a universal headache.
Exactly. I mean, think about it. How many times this week have you hit forgot password?
Or just stared blankly at the screen trying to remember which variation you used this time.
Right. Or that little panic when you realize you used the same, probably weak password for your bank in some random forum you signed up for years ago.
The reuse problem, it's huge.
Mental gymnastics, the wasted time resetting things. It's just a constant low-level digital stress.
So our mission today, your mission really, is to get our heads around passkeys.
The supposed successor.
Exactly. What are they? Why is everyone suddenly talking about them changing digital security? How safe are they really?
And crucially, where are the catches, the vulnerabilities? Because
Yeah.
there always are some.
Right.
Always. So, by the end of this deep dive, you won't just, know the term passkey. You'll get their potential, how they change the game against the bad guys, and this is key, how you can navigate this shift safely.
It's basically your shortcut to being up to speed on what might be the future of logging in.
And to do this, we've really gone deep. We've pulled together insights from the FIDO Alliance. They're sort of the driving force here.
Right, the standards body.
Plus reports from security experts, stuff from the big players like Apple, Google, Microsoft.
And some pretty cutting-edge research, too, including some surprising stuff from DEF CON 33 we'll get into later. So a really solid, balanced view.
Definitely. Okay, let's dive in. Because to really appreciate passkeys, we first need to face just how broken the old system is.
The password problem. It runs deep.
So passwords. For decades they've been it. The keys to everything online. Simple idea, right?
Deceptively simple. But the core idea, relying on something you know, a shared secret between you and the website, that's the fundamental flaw. It's inherently broken.
Why broken? Seems straightforward enough.
Well, that something you know model, it opens up this whole cascade of vulnerabilities. From choosing it, storing it, using it, every step is a potential failure point.
A cascade, I like that. Sounds dramatic, but probably accurate.
It is. The simplicity hides the fragility, especially when you factor in, actual human behavior and sophisticated attackers.
And we all live with that fragility. I mean, how many accounts do you have?
At
Dozens.
least hundreds.
Easily hundreds for most people.
And making a unique, complex password for each and remembering them, it's impossible.
Pretty much, yeah. Which is why that 2024 survey is so stark. Only 34% of U.S. adults using a password manager. That means 2/3 are likely using weak or reused passwords.
Wow. 66% not using a manager. It's like leaving your front door unlocked for most of your digital houses.
Exactly. And that reuse, that's the critical accelerator. Our sources point to something truly alarming. 6.7 billion unique logins floating around on the dark web.
6.7 billion. Billion. Largely fueled by password reuse. So one breach at some minor site you used once.
And suddenly your email, your bank, everything using that same password is potentially exposed.
That's the nightmare scenario. One small leak floods everything.
And just the sheer hassle, forgetting them, resetting them. It's not just annoying, it actually pushes people to worse habits, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Writing them down, using password 123, anything to avoid the reset cycle. We've all been tempted.
Guilty. Clicking forgot password and wishing there was just a better way. Hashtag 1.2, the sophisticated ecosystem of password-based attacks.
But it's not just us being forgetful or lazy, is it? The attackers have gotten incredibly good at exploiting this.
Oh, massively. They've shifted tactics. It's less about brute force hacking in through complex encryption now.
And more about just logging in.
Exactly. Why break down the door if you can just find the key? Or trick someone into handing it over? They exploit human trust, system weaknesses.
Like phishing. Phishing is the classic example. Pure social engineering. It's not complex code, it's deception. We've seen examples of incredibly convincing fake emails like Gmail security alerts.
The ones that look exactly like the real thing.
Spot on, perfect logo, urgent tone. They redirect you to a fake login page. You type in your password, maybe even your 2FA code.
And you've just handed the keys over.
Yeah.
Willingly.
Precisely. And it works disturbingly often. That Verizon report finding 68% of breaches involved human error like phishing. It shows the human element is often the weakest link.
Not the tech, but us. Wow.
And then you have the automated stuff working 204/7. Brute force attacks, just hammering accounts with common password guesses.
Trying password 123 Cordius millions of times.
Yep, or dictionary attacks using lists of common words. But credential stuffing is maybe even more effective.
That's where they use passwords stolen from one breach to try logging into other sites.
Exactly. They take those billions of leaked credentials and just fire them at banks, email providers, social media, banking on reuse.
And it pays off often enough to be worthwhile.
Sadly, yes. Plus, you've got malware like keyloggers recording everything you type.
Stealing passwords right as you enter them.
And even low-tech stuff like shoulder surfing, someone just watching you type your password in a coffee shop. These are real constant threats. Hashtag tag 1.3. Why 2FA isn't a silver bullet.
Okay, so for years, the answer was always use 2FA, use two-factor authentication.
Yeah.
And it is better, right?
Definitely better than just a password alone. Significantly. But the sources are pretty clear. Traditional 2FA isn't the perfect fix we hoped for. It has its own weaknesses.
How so? Isn't getting that text code or app notification enough?
Not always. Hackers can intercept SMS codes through SIM swapping attacks, tricking your phone company to transfer your number.
Wow.
Or, just like with passwords, they can trick you into entering the 2FA code on a fake phishing site. Even app-based authenticators can be vulnerable if the device itself gets compromised.
So it adds a hurdle, but not an insurmountable wall for determined attackers.
Exactly. It adds friction, but it doesn't solve the root problem. The password, the shared secret, is still the first line of defense being targeted.
And let's be honest, sometimes that extra step is annoying. Authentication fatigue, they call it.
That's the term. It can sometimes lead people to cut corners. It was a necessary step, but the threats have evolved beyond what simple 2FA often protects against. Hashtag tag 1.4, the industry's call to action.
Given all this, the inherent flaws, the sophisticated attacks, even 2FA not being perfect.
Yeah.
It's not surprising the big tech companies are pushing hard for something new, right? A passwordless future.
Absolutely. And this isn't just one company's pet project. It's a huge industry-wide push. The FIDO Alliance Fast Identity Online, they've been working on this since 2012.
FIDO, right.
And it includes everyone, Apple, Google, Microsoft, hundreds of companies. It's this rare, powerful alliance working on open standards.
Open standards, that's key, not locking us into one system.
Precisely. It's not proprietary. And the adoption rate shows the urgency. Estimates are over 1 billion people worldwide have already created at least one passkey.
1 billion already? Okay, that's serious momentum.
It signals a fundamental shift is underway. Users and the industry are ready.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Passwords are fundamentally broken. So what's the actual alternative everyone's buzzing about?
Yeah.
What makes passkeys different? This is where it gets really interesting. Hashtag tag 22. What exactly is a passkey? Unpacking the digital key. Hashtag tag 2.1. The plain English definition. All right, so passkeys. If I'm hearing this term for the first time, what is it? Give me the simple, plain English version.
Okay, simplest terms. A passkey lets you log in securely without typing a password.
No password at all.
None. Instead, it uses something you have like your phone or laptop plus a quick action you do. That could be your fingerprint, face scan, or even just your device PIN.
So phone plus fingerprint equals login.
Pretty much. Think of it like a unique digital key stored securely on your device. It unlocks your account, but unlike a password, it's way harder to steal or guess because the key itself never actually leaves your phone or computer.
I saw a great analogy for this. It's like a physical key to your house.
Mm.
The website has the lock, the public key. Your phone has the key, the private key. Does that track?
That's a perfect analogy. Spot on. Your private key stays with you. Just like your house key, you don't hand it over.
Just use it.
Right. And instead of typing a complex password combo, you just use your fingerprint or face to tell your device,
So,
yep, it's me. Use the key. It's simple for you, but it's very secure.
okay, that physical key analogy helps a lot. But what's happening digitally? What's the magic behind the scenes making this work?
It's called public key cryptography. And it's not actually magic. It's very clever math that's been around and proven secure since the 1970s.
70s, so it's well-tested tech.
Extremely well tested. Here's the gist. When you set up a passkey for a site, your device creates a pair of mathematically linked keys, a public key and a private key.
2 keys, linked.
Yeah, think of them as a matched set. The public key is sent to the website, that's the lock in our analogy. It's public, doesn't matter if people see it. But the private key, that's the secret sauce. It stays locked down securely only on your device. It never leaves.
Never leaves my device. Got it. So when I log in, how do the lock and key work together without sending the secret key over the internet?
Right, that's the clever bit. The website sends your device a unique challenge, like a little cryptographic puzzle.
A puzzle, okay.
Your device uses its private key, the one that never leaves, to solve that puzzle and create a unique digital signature, like a tamper-proof seal.
It signs the response?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It sends that signature back to the website. The website uses the public key it has on file to check the signature. If it matches, it proves your device with your private key sent it, and boom, you're in.
Without the private key ever being transmitted.
Never. It's a secure handshake happening instantly, silently. Your main secret stays safe. Hashtag tag shag 2.3. The standards and the players.
This public key stuff sounds powerful. Is it like an Apple thing? Or a Google thing? Or is it universal?
That's one of the best parts. It's not proprietary. It's an industry-wide open standard.
Open standard? Good.
It's part of FIDO 2, that's the FIDO Alliance standard, and uses WebAuthn, which was developed with the main web standards body. It's designed to be a fundamental layer of the internet.
And you mentioned that rare alliance of Apple, Google, Microsoft all backing this. That feels significant.
Hugely significant. Getting those giants to agree and collaborate on a core standard like this is massive. It guarantees it'll work across iPhones, Android, Windows, Macs, Chrome, everything.
So real interoperability, not just a walled garden.
Exactly. It gives users and businesses confidence that this isn't some fleeting trend or something that locks you into one ecosystem. It's built to last. Hashtag 2.4. Where do passkeys live? Storage and flexibility.
So if the private key stays on my device, where exactly is it? Is it just a file? And what happens if I lose my phone?
Good questions. It's not just a regular file. It lives in a highly secure, dedicated part of your device's hardware.
Like a vault.
Pretty much. Think of Apple's Secure Enclave or Android's Trusted Platform Module, TPM. These are secure chips, totally isolated from the main system. Malware can't easily get to them.
Isolated hardware. Okay, that sounds robust. Are there other options?
Yes, flexibility is key. You can also store passkeys in some high-security password managers, like 1Password or Bitwarden. They act as the vault then.
So my password manager could hold them too.
Or, for even more security, you can use a physical security key, like a YubiKey. You plug it in or tap it to authenticate.
Like a little USB key.
Exactly. But what about syncing? That's crucial for convenience.
Right. I use my phone, laptop, tablet. How does that work if the key is on the device?
This is where Cloud Sync comes in, but done securely. Services like Apple's iCloud Keychain or Google Password Manager can sync your passkeys across your devices within their ecosystem.
So create on iPhone, use on Mac.
Yep. It's end-to-end encrypted, so even Apple or Google can't see the private keys, but it makes them available across your trusted devices. This also gives you resilience if you lose one device.
Backups. Good.
And there's cross-device convenience, too. You can log into a new computer, say a friend's laptop, by just approving it on your nearby phone using Bluetooth or a QR code.
So I don't even need the passkey on that laptop.
Nope. Your phone handles the authentication securely. It's very user-friendly without compromising the core security.
That paints a really clear picture.
Yeah.
Okay, we know what they are, how they work. Now the big one. How much safer is this? Does it actually fix those password problems we talked about? This is where it could really revolutionize things. Okay, we hammered home how bad phishing is for passwords, fake sites, tricking people. Do passkeys genuinely stop that? Because if they do, wow.
They genuinely do. And yeah, it's a game changer. This is probably the standout benefit. Passkeys are inherently phishing resistant by design.
Inherently. How?
It's called origin binding. Your passkey is cryptographically tied to the specific web address, the domain it was created for.
Tied to the website's real address.
Exactly. So if you get tricked onto a fake site, even if it looks identical to your bank,
My passkey just won't work.
it physically can't work.
Wow.
The browser and the OS check the domain. If it doesn't match the real domain the passkey is bound to, authentication fails. Period.
So the fake bank site literally cannot request authentication using my real bank passkey.
Correct. It's technically impossible. The passkey simply won't activate for the wrong domain. This neutralizes the vast majority of phishing attacks that rely on credential harvesting on fake sites. It takes the human error element out of the equation for that specific huge threat. Hashtag tag 3.2, no shared secrets, no data breach vulnerability.
Okay, phishing resistance is huge. What about the other nightmare? The company database breach. Passwords get stolen en masse. How do passkeys change that?
This is the other fundamental shift. With passkeys, even if a company suffers a massive data breach, hackers get everything. Your account is still safe.
Still safe,
Yeah.
even if they steal the database.
Yes, because what's stored on the server? Only the public key, your secret, the private key, never linked your device.
Right.
And the public key, even if stolen, is useless to an attacker. They can't reverse engineer your private key from it. There's literally no shared secret on the server for them to steal and use.
So breaches still happen, but they don't expose the credential needed to log in.
Precisely. It decentralizes the risk. Instead of one big honeypot database, the secrets are distributed across millions of individual, secured devices. It makes large-scale credential theft attacks effectively obsolete for passkey-protected accounts.
That Microsoft stat you mentioned earlier, blocking 4,000 password attacks per second, that relates to this kind of protection.
Absolutely. It shows the scale of the problem Passkeys solve by simply removing the stealable password from the equation. Hashtag 3.3, strong cryptography and biometric protection.
And the tech itself. Public key cryptography sounds strong, but how strong? And what about using my fingerprint or face?
The cryptography is incredibly robust. As we said, it's based on math that's held up for decades against the best attacks. Brute forcing it is computationally infeasible. It's why passkeys can't be cracked like weak passwords.
So no guessing password 123 will ever work.
Never. And then you add the local authentication, your fingerprint, face scan, or PIN. That unlocks the private key on your device. And crucially, that biometric data. It never leaves your device either.
My fingerprint data isn't sent to Google or Apple.
Absolutely not. It's only used locally to verify you to your device. Your device then uses the private key. So you have strong crypto plus strong local protection, all without transmitting the core secrets. Hashtag 3.4. Streamlined, superior user experience.
Security is great, but passwords are a pain. Is this actually easier or just different?
This is where it gets exciting because security and convenience finally go hand in hand. They aren't a trade-off anymore.
Easier and more secure. How?
No more remembering complex passwords, no typing them, no resetting them. You just tap your finger, glance at your phone, maybe type a quick PIN you use anyway. It's smooth.
Faster too, you said.
Much faster. Google's data showed logins are twice as fast and success rates are 4 times higher. Fewer failed attempts, less frustration.
So goodbye, password fatigue.
Pretty much. It just streamlines the whole process. And with the syncing across devices, you set it up once and it's just there. It feels almost invisible, which is what good security should feel like. Hashtag 3.5. A new standard for multi-factor authentication, MFA.
We talked about traditional 2FA having issues. How do passkeys fit with MFA? Are they MFA?
Yes. Effectively, passkeys are a modern built-in form of MFA. They inherently combine multiple factors in one step.
How so?
Remember the factors. Something you know, password PIN, something you have, phone token, something you are, biometric. A passkey uses.
My device, which is something I have.
Right. And the PIN or biometric used to unlock it is something you know or something you are.
Ah, so it combines two factors automatically.
Exactly. Seamlessly. It often replaces weaker factors like SMS codes, making the MFA much stronger and harder to bypass, all within that single, easy login action. It's MFA done right, built in. Hashtag 3.6. Compliance and cost savings for businesses.
Okay, clearly great for us as individuals.
Right.
About businesses, is there a strong case for them to adopt this?
Huge benefits for businesses. Firstly, dramatically reduced risk of breaches. That means avoiding massive fines, lawsuits, reputational damage.
The costs of a breach are enormous.
Astronomical. Passkeys help meet strict compliance requirements in finance, healthcare, etc., much more easily. And then there are the operational savings.
Like fewer password resets.
Exactly. Less work for IT help desks. Google's own data shows significant cost savings from reduced support burden. Plus, a smoother login means happier customers and employees. It's better security and better business efficiency.
Right, okay. So passkeys seem amazing. Phishing resistant, breach proof, easier, faster. It sounds almost too good to be true.
And usually when something sounds too good to be true.
It often is, or at least has some catches. So what are they? Even robust systems have weak points. Let's dig into the challenges and the vulnerabilities that are starting to emerge. All right, we've sung the praises. Now for the reality check. No system is perfect. Where are the cracks appearing in the passkeys armor? What do we need to watch out for?
That's the right question. The security landscape just shifts. Threats don't disappear entirely. And yeah, some recent research has definitely uncovered some surprising vulnerabilities.
Okay, passkeys pound. That sounds bad. Tell me about this one.
It is pretty concerning. This was research presented at DFCon 33 by SquareX, and it hits at a core assumption we make about passkeys, that the web browser itself is a trustworthy go-between.
Wait, the browser? Chrome? Firefox? Safari? They could be the weak link.
Potentially, yes. The entire passkey process relies on the browser handling the communication between your device and the website securely. This attack shows how malicious browser extensions or even scripts injected into a web page can interfere with that process.
Interfere how?
They can intercept the standard commands the WebAuthn API calls that, manage passkey creation and login, specifically navigator.credentials.create and .get.
So malware in the browser can mess with the passkey steps.
Exactly. Here's the scary part. During the registration of a new passkey, a malicious extension could silently intercept the request. Instead of letting your device generate your secure key pair,
It does what?
it generates its own attacker-controlled key pair. And it sends the attacker's public key to the website, pretending it's yours.
Oh, wow. So the website thinks I registered, but the key it has belongs to the attacker.
Precisely. And from your end, everything looks normal. You get the usual fingerprint or Face ID prompt, you approve it. You think you've created a secure passkey, but the attacker now holds the corresponding private key for your account.
And I wouldn't even know. It looks completely legitimate.
Visually indistinguishable. That's what makes it so insidious. It fundamentally breaks the myth that passkeys cannot be stolen. Not your device's key, but the attacker registers their key to your account.
That is deeply worrying. Can they misuse this further?
Yes, they could even intentionally cause your legitimate login to fail, forcing you to re-register where they intercept again, or maybe pushing you back to using a password as a fallback, which they can then target.
And standard security software might miss this.
Often, yes. Traditional EDR or network security tools might not have the deep visibility inside the browser process to see this manipulation of the WebAuthn API calls.
So if the browser is the new battleground, what's the defense?
The researchers emphasize the need for dedicated browser security layers. Tools specifically designed to monitor and block malicious scripts and extensions within the browser environment itself, adding that crucial layer of visibility. Hashtag tag 4.2, device theft or compromise.
Okay, that browser attack is sophisticated. What about simple physical theft? If someone steals my phone, are my passkeys gone?
Physical access is definitely still a risk. If your device is stolen and it's unlocked, or if your PN is super weak, like 1234, then yes, someone could potentially use your passkeys.
So the device lock is critical.
Absolutely. While the passkeys live in secure hardware, secure enclave TPM, that hardware is unlocked by your PN or biometric. A weak PN negates much of the benefit.
And malware. Could it get around the secure hardware?
In theory, very advanced malware on a compromised, perhaps older or unpatched device might find ways to access passkey functions once the device is unlocked. It's not easy, but the principle holds. Securing the device itself is paramount.
So strong PM biometric, keep software updated. The usual advice is even more important now.
Essential. Plus, use good security software and definitely enable remote wipe capabilities so you can erase a stolen device.
Right, passkeys secure the login itself. But what happens after I'm logged in? Am I safe then?
Good point. Passkeys protect the front door, but once you're inside, websites use session cookies to keep you logged in so you don't have to authenticate constantly.
The cookies that remember me.
Exactly. And those can be stolen. Through malware, through vulnerabilities on the website itself, like cross-site scripting, hackers can grab your active session cookie.
And if they have my session cookie.
They can potentially hijack your session, accessing your account as you without needing the passkey at all. They just replay the cookie.
So passkey login was perfect, but they sneak in the side window using the cookie.
That's a decent analogy, yeah. And it's a real threat. SpyCloud found over 20 billion stolen session cookies in 1 year. They can stay valid for ages.
20 billion. Wow. How do we fight that?
Websites need good session management short cookie lifetimes. As users, clearing cookies regularly helps, or using browser extensions that limit their lifespan. But it highlights that login security is only one piece of the puzzle. Hashtag tag 4.4. Cloud sync risks.
We like the convenience of Cloud Sync, iCloud Keychain, Google Password Manager syncing passkeys. Does that create risks too?
It does introduce a different kind of risk. The security of your sync passkeys essentially becomes tied to the security of your main cloud account, your Apple ID or Google account.
So someone hacks my Google account.
And manages to get past its 2FA, then yes, they could potentially access the passkeys synced there. Now, providers like Apple and Google use strong encryption and multi-step recovery processes.
But that central account becomes a very juicy target.
Exactly. It's the master key vault. So securing that account with a very strong, unique password and the best 2FA available is absolutely critical, non-negotiable. Hashtag tag 4.5. The account recovery dilemma.
This is the one that makes me nervous. What if I lose everything? My phone breaks, my laptop dies, my backup key is lost. How do I get back in if all my passkeys are gone?
This is a huge practical challenge, the account recovery dilemma. It creates a potential weak link. A passkey system is only as secure as its recovery method.
And recovery often falls back to email,
Yeah.
SMS codes.
Often, yes. And those can reintroduce the very vulnerabilities passkeys aim to solve. An attacker might ignore the strong passkey login and just target your email or phone number to hijack the recovery process instead.
So they attack the escape hatch, not the main door.
Precisely. It means you need really robust recovery options set up. Trusted contacts, maybe a physical backup key stored safely, secure answers to security questions, and for businesses, it's even more critical. They need smart, multi-factor recovery systems, maybe using ID verification or liveness checks, not just a simple email link. Hashtag 4.6, interoperability and adoption challenges.
Beyond the security nuances, what about just using them day to day? Are they everywhere yet? Do they work smoothly between different devices?
We're still in the early days of adoption. Not every website or app supports passkeys yet, so you'll still need a password manager for many things. That hybrid approach is necessary for now.
And the syncing. You mentioned Apple's sync stays within Apple, Google's within Google.
Largely, yes, for the native OS level sync. iCloud keychain passkeys don't automatically show up on your Android phone, and vice versa. Switching ecosystems might mean re-registering passkeys on the new platform.
That sounds like a bit of a hassle.
It can be. While cross-device authentication, using your phone to log in on another device nearby, helps bridge gaps, seamless sync across different ecosystems isn't fully solved yet. Using a third-party password manager that supports passkeys, like 1Password or Bitwarden, can help here, as their sync works across platforms. But then you might be managing passkeys in two places, the OS and the app. It adds complexity. Hashtag 4.7, user experience and trust hurdles.
And finally, just getting people comfortable with it. It's a big change from passwords. Are people confused? Do they trust it?
There's definitely a learning curve. Some users find the concept confusing device-bound versus synced keys, for example. Some implementations might be clunky, and misconceptions persist.
Like thinking your fingerprint is sent to the website.
Exactly that kind of thing, which is wrong. It stays local. Building trust requires clear communication and education from services implementing passkeys. People need to understand how it works and why it's better to overcome that natural inertia and skepticism about new security tech.
Okay, so some significant challenges there. The browser vulnerability, session hijacking, recovery issues, ecosystem friction, user trust. It's not quite a simple utopia then.
Not entirely, no. But does it negate the benefits? I don't think so.
Right. It means we need to be informed, strategic, proactive, understand the new rules of the game. So let's talk about how we navigate this. What can we actually do? Hashtag tag 5, practical realities and the path forward. Hashtag tag 5.1, current adoption and success stories.
So despite these challenges you said earlier, adoption is really taking off. We're seeing real momentum, definitely. The challenges are real, but the benefits are driving adoption forward quickly. That figure of over 1 billion passkeys created globally is a strong indicator.
1 billion is huge. Are there specific examples of success?
Yeah, the sources mention companies like Sophos seeing 20% passkey adoption on their platform. Vic Roads in Australia hit an 80% activation rate on mobile at one point. These are tangible successes.
And the user experience improvements. Faster, more reliable logins. That's holding true in practice.
It seems so. Google's data consistently shows much higher success rates and significantly faster logins compared to passwords. That improved experience combined with the security boost is a powerful combination. Fewer help desk calls about resets, happier users. It's a win-win that's proving out. Hashtag 5.2. Recommendations for you, the individual listener.
Okay, so for everyone listening, what are the practical steps? What should you do right now?
Number 1, enable passkeys wherever they're offered. Google, PayPal, Microsoft, eBay, tons of services support them now. Turn them on. It's an instant, massive security upgrade for those accounts.
Just flip the switch if it's there. What about sites that don't offer them yet?
For those, a good password manager is still absolutely essential. Use it to generate and store unique, strong passwords for every site that doesn't have passkeys. It's a hybrid world right now.
Passkeys first. Strong, unique passwords via a manager second. Got it. What else?
Secure your recovery options. Seriously, go into your critical accounts, email, cloud storage, banks, and make sure you have robust recovery methods, set up trusted phone numbers, maybe a backup security key, strong 2FA on the recovery email itself. Don't let recovery be the easy way in.
Check the escape hatches.
Exactly. And keep everything updated, your phone OS, your apps, your browser, updates, patch vulnerabilities. And finally, use a strong device, lock a complex PCI or biometrics. Your device is the key now. Protect it. #tag 5.3. Strategic imperatives for businesses, why you should care.
It's hints for individuals. What up businesses? If someone listening is involved in IT or security decisions, what should they be doing?
Businesses need a strategy. First, plan for a hybrid model for a while. Support both passwords and passkeys to allow a smooth transition. Don't just cut passwords off overnight.
Gradual rollout.
Right. Maybe prioritize passkeys for high-value applications first or for new employee onboarding. Second, given that passkeys pound research, invest in browser security. Understand the browser as a new, critical endpoint and look into solutions that provide visibility and protection within it.
Address that new threat vector directly.
Yes. Third, design smart, robust account recovery processes for your users or employees. Don't just rely on email resets. Look into multi-factor recovery using ID verification, maybe liveness checks for high-risk situations.
Make recovery secure too.
Crucial. And finally, user education. Train your employees, educate your customers, explain what passkeys are, why they're better, how to use them safely. Clear communication is key to successful adoption. #tag 5.4. The future of passwordless authentication.
Looking ahead then, where is this all going? What's next for passkeys and this whole passwordless idea?
It's evolving fast. We'll definitely see wider adoption and better interoperability between platforms. Those ecosystem friction points should smooth out over time.
Hopefully easier syncing between Apple and Android eventually.
That's the goal. We'll also see new security solutions emerge to tackle things like those sophisticated browser attacks. And looking even further out, the FIDO Alliance is already working on integrating post-quantum cryptography.
Post-quantum. Wow. Okay. What does that mean in simple terms?
It means designing the cryptography behind passkeys to be resistant to attacks from future powerful quantum computers.
Future-proofing against computers that don't even exist yet.
Exactly. It's about ensuring passkeys remain secure for the very long term, even against theoretical future threats. It shows the commitment to building an enduring standard.
What a fascinating journey, from understanding why passwords are so fundamentally broken to the really elegant cryptography of passkeys, their huge security advantages.
Right, like the phishing resistance.
And then digging into the new challenges, the vulnerabilities, like browser attacks, the recovery issues that we absolutely need to be aware of.
It really maps out the shift in digital identity. A complex but ultimately very positive shift.
It feels like while passkeys promise this amazing passwordless future, the real takeaway is that security isn't about finding one magic bullet.
Never is.
It's about constant vigilance.
Right.
Understanding the threats as they evolve and using the best tools and practices we have available. So the question for you listening is, what steps will you take today, now that you understand this shift, to secure your digital life? Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Keep thinking, keep questioning, and stay safe out there.